Hi guys, so this is our teacher video for Tuesday, October 27th. So if you have gone to the slides, you see that we are doing an escape room. So I just want to show you a few helpful tips here. I don't have a whole lot of instructions for you for the escape room because, of course, just like any well, it's a breakout room, but just like any escape room, you have got to be able to read your clues and interpret them to answer the questions, right? But just like when you're at a breakout room or an escape room, just like you can ask for hints, I will offer hints along the way if you get really stuck, okay? So if you have not been coming to the live sessions, you probably want to duck into the live sessions because I might give a hint that you might not necessarily need at that time, but it might help you later, okay? So let's just take a look at the breakout room. So I am going to the unit plan folder, that's that orange folder, and then I'm clicking on standard level skills. And I'm going to this week's folder, of course, October 26th through 30th, and I am going to click on Tuesday. Now, if you look in the slides, there is a lot of helpful information here. So if you have not signed up for, or if you're virtual and you don't have an independent reading book, you need to choose a book. You can choose one of these choices, or you can read a book of your own choice that will become due sometimes next week. We'll talk about that due date tomorrow in tomorrow's video. And if you are face-to-face, then you know that I want you reading a physical, like hard copy of a book. So I want you to actually have a book in hand. And so we have been trying to use our library. I really want you to have a library book in hand, okay? So we can use our library. So I'm going through those slides, but you, my virtual students, especially virtual students who do not come to the live sessions, a lot of you all are having trouble at home because you're trying to do my schoolwork without actually coming to school, in air quotes. I don't mean physically showing up in the class. I mean, you are not reading your schoolwork. So you're not reading the things that the students who come to the virtual or who come face-to-face have access to. And you have access to it as well because they're not seeing any more than you're seeing. They're seeing these same slides, but I can tell from some of the questions that I get and from some of the work product that I get that you guys are not actually reading the slides. You're clicking on drop boxes and you're trying to submit work. And so that's going to become a problem, particularly like with this week. There are not going to be a lot of drop boxes. So you definitely need to read the slides so you will understand the work that you need to do. So here is the breakout room. And we can get to it via the slides, or there is the same link in Schoology. Since I'm in the slides, I'm going to click here. Well, I need to be in present mode, so I'm going to go back to the breakout room here. All right, so I needed to sign in. I was not signed in, so I wanted to do that off the screen recording, of course. So when you get to the breakout room, or the breakout room, I want you to pop it out of Schoology and work it in Safari, okay? So I'm going to click this arrow at the bottom here and click on Open in Safari. All right, so after signing in for a second time, I am back. So once you open the breakout room in Safari, before we begin anything, I'm going to explain how to work through, but before we do that, I want to point out to you that if you scroll down, you will see where it says breakout, and you see how this is a Google form. We know it's a Google form because it even says so here on the screen. You need to pop this out. If you answer here, you will not be able to easily get to the information you need, okay? So I am tapping on breakout here, and my symbol pops up for me to pop this window out. So I'm going to click on that square with the arrow here that's highlighted in gray. And so now, if you notice my bar up there, I have the Vietnam War breakout room site open, and I also have the breakout form open. So the breakout form is a Google form where you will keep your codes. Okay, so this is what you're actually trying to unlock. So I'm going to click on next here, and you see that it's asking for my first code from my deployment brief. So to know what that is, I need to go back to my home screen here. So I'm going to scroll up, and this time I'm going to actually read, okay? It says, attention, you've been drafted for the war. Complete your mission and make it home safely. Click below to read your brief and complete your first task. And there's a button here that says deployment brief. And of course, it says to record the details of your mission here. This is a form where we enter our codes and break out of the breakout room, okay? We've already opened this, so we're not going to put answers on this particular site. We've opened it, remember? It's right here, okay? So I'm going to do what it says and click on the deployment brief. So click that. And it opens looking like this. We need to make a copy of the deployment brief. So I'm going to click make a copy. Now here's the brief. So if you actually had read through the slides, you would have seen where I said that you should read and reread everything. That everything you read matters, okay? So what you need to do is read through the deployment brief. And then once you read through the deployment brief, you're going to go to the very bottom. There are 3 fill in the blank questions for you. And you even have the number of letters that are in each word because there's a space for each letter, okay? Notice that some letters have brackets around them. So naturally, that's going to be a clue. There is a clue on this page that tells you where to find the answers to these particular statements here, okay? Where to fill in the gap. I'm not going to tell you where you need to find the information to fill in the gap. However, if you get stuck, I might have a hint for you. So I am going to tell you that you do need to always have this site open. So where my students have been messing up all day is that they wanted to ignore this site. So they've been getting their deployment brief and never going back. Well, the deployment brief only has this information. But if you read what's in bold, it even tells you that we're missing some information. So you need to go somewhere else to find your information. And the internet is not the answer, okay? So the answer is this site. So there are tabs. I want to draw your attention to the tabs. So you see the home tab here? We're on the home screen, but there are 3 more tabs. You need all of those tabs. They're not just there for decorations, okay? And so you need to make sure you read all of the codes. Now, and all of the clues, read all of the clues. And what's also very important, even your error messages. So like, let me type a code. I'm just going to type one. I'm going to do C2 and S, C2S. And I'm going to click next. This is not the code, okay? So this is going to be incorrect. So when you type a code incorrectly, you get a red error message telling you to please try again. But those error messages always say more than try again. So this is your first hint. Even your error messages are clues for you, okay? So do not miss your clues. I really hope you guys have a good time doing this. If you get into it, I think you will enjoy it. Even though my students have been frustrated because they've missed some very obvious clues. Once they've gotten it, they really enjoyed it. So I really hope you guys will enjoy this. Remember, my virtual students, this is their first assignment that you will not have a Dropbox for. Remember, that the breakout form is a Google form. It is recording all of your responses. That's why your email address is there. It's recording all of your responses as you input them. However, it will not save your responses. So please do not exit out of this. Once you begin putting in codes, especially getting codes correct, you need to keep this open always so you won't have to redo your work. Also, if I had put the right code in, and no, I'm not going to put the right code in. Had I put the right code in, you would have seen a lock pop up that would unlock for you. So you know that your code is correct, and then you will go on to your next mission and need your next code, okay? So again, I hope you guys have a good time doing this. We're going to work on this Tuesday and Wednesday, and a little bit of time Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday, your breakout room will count for your attendance for my virtual students. So you will not see a drop box for an exit ticket. Your virtual breakout room will count for your attendance. If you were in the live yesterday, or if you read through my slides, you know that I have said that we will not have exit tickets every day, but you will always know the assignment that counts for the for attendance each day, okay? So it may be a project like this that will be something ongoing that will count for more than one day. So this will count for 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Yesterday, of course, we had our quick write, so please make sure you do that. And then we'll have something different the rest of the week. I do have a checklist that is coming out, so watch out for the checklist. Also, remember that all work is due by Sunday. You will not have access to the folder to submit any work after Sunday. So please submit all work by Sunday. All right, guys. So if you get stuck, you really need some help,